no one can really tell the story. Mistakes are made. But there is no mistaking the thoughts in a man's mind. The story is begun.
Welcome to part 2 of this 1940 Silvertone Model R1181.
Well, hello.
Now, it's been about a month since I last worked on this, so I better get my ass in gear so I can get a video out this month. I've been dragging my feet because, well, I'm not looking forward to cleaning this chassis up.
Lazy.
Maybe I'm just getting old and lazy, but I just don't seem to have the gumption to get up and do this.
You lazy bum.
But in part 2, it will get done. But to start the video off, I'm going to fix the speaker. You remember what happened to that?
You wrecked it!
The speaker voice coil was in pretty bad shape. Now, one thing I did order on this here, we noticed the eye-tube did not work. So I got on eBay and got a new Toyo 6E5 from Japan. Now, we're going to test this baby later. But right now, let's get to work on that speaker. Well, there's the speaker. I got a new cone for this. So that should work pretty good.
Nice!
Perfect size. For those of you who didn't see part 1, first off, shame on you for not watching. Second, the voice coil here is actually sitting outside of where it should be here. Voice coil is not even in the hole there. For some reason, it must have taken a hit. Anyway, I put it back in there. So in the process of all this broke off from the spider, and I can't do anything till I fix this. So I'm gonna have to increase the length of this by over 1/4 inch. I'm gonna use my favorite paper that I use all the time, a Post-it note. I love these things. So can I do it? Who can say? Only time.
Who can say if your love grows as your
Well, there's the voice coil. Now to strengthen this paper here, I put on some wood glue and brushed it on the outside and the inside. 2 coats. So now that's pretty sturdy there. But I ran into a problem with this thing. Let me show you. You take a look at this, you notice the gap up here is wider than the gap down here.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Wonder how that happened.
Who knows?
So if I take the voice coil, it's very tight there. And it should go in there pretty easy, I think, right? And maybe that's why when I discovered that, the voice coil was completely out of this frame here. Maybe it wouldn't go in there.
Not possible.
Oh, yes, possible.
How's that possible?
I don't know.
So I was looking at this thing and trying to figure out maybe I can take this apart. Looks like you see some round posts here. Now, I didn't know what that was. First it looked like solder on there. Took some sandpaper and sanded it down here. You can still see part of it here. I wonder if I drill these holes out here, I can remove this basket, I guess they call that. Call this a basket. And take that out. But then I thought, that's only going to take this assembly out. What I need to do is take out the centerpiece here. Looks like this thing here, which is part of that center post here, must be pressed in. The only way to get that out, I believe, would be to take this and maybe punch it out of there. Is that possible?
I don't know!
So I got a dilemma here. I don't know what to do here. Maybe I should try to take that out, if I can get it out. What do they say? No guts, no glory, huh?
No guts, no glory.
Something must be bent, or out of alignment, or maybe this is the way it always was. I mean, this never changed. Doesn't fit all the way in there. I need to take that out and take a look at it. Let me see if I can do that. Okay, here's the plan here. I'm gonna put this on the bottom. So when I punch this out, it'll fall in there. Let me do that. So let's make some racket here, huh? I think it's moving. Hey, it's moving. That is pressed in there. You can see it there. Let's proceed. It may have bottomed out on there. Whoa. Well, there it is. It went flying after I punched it out. Let's see if this fits in the voice coil. Well, here's the moment of truth here. Let's see if this fits in there. This is the side that was up. Same thing.
Oh, dear me.
Now how can that be? Let's turn it over and see what happens. It's tight. Now I can sand this down here so it fits better. I don't know. It baffles science. This field coil here should just slide right out. Okay, it's this piece here that determines how tight it's going to be in there. Okay, so I'm going to have to make this fit this. Let's get out the sandpaper.
Sandpaper?
It's going to take some time here, but just cleaning that a little bit off there, let's see if it fits in better here. Nope. I gotta take some serious metal off there. When I got that completed, I'll be back. Okay, I've completed the sanding on it. Let's see if it works.
Smooth.
Looking good. That should work. Oops. Before I put that centerpiece back in, this thing's gotta be cleaned up here. Looks like there's some rust around here. So let's take this piece off. I noticed it was loose earlier. We'll save that. We'll clean this excess cardboard out here and put a wire brush to this. Well, I think the wire brush did the trick.
Isn't she a wow?
Turned out pretty good.
She's a couple of wows.
I think I'll put some clear coat on here just to protect it from the rust. That looks pretty good too.
It's wonderful.
I'm going to try to use this spider here, but I need to cut this excess material that came off the voice coil. So I'm just going to try to clip it here. Maybe if I soak this with some alcohol, I can loosen up what's left of that cardboard there. Let's give that a shot. There it is. I don't know if it's going to work, but it does fit over here. But before I could go any further, I'm going to have to lengthen these wires here. This one here and this one's barely hanging on there, just a stub there. So let's see if I can do that. Okay, here goes nothing. I got some flux on there. Okay, that was the easy one. To do this repair and get the wire on that stub here, I'm going to use a method that was invented by an old geezer in Arkansas, and you may know him as John from Arkansas.
Holy mackerel.
So John, if you're out there, this is for you. You wrap this wire in a coil. You see that? It's in a coil. And you just stick the coil at the end of this piece here. Like that. Now you just solder it. Okay, you can see the flux I put on there. Let's see if this works. Not pretty, but hopefully it'll work. Now I gotta test it. The last time I checked this, it was under 4 ohms. So let's see what it is. 2.8 ohms. So we'll see if that's good enough. It's time to put this centerpiece back in. Now if I keep punching that in, the gap down here is going to be bigger than that. So I got to stick a shim in here. If you take a look at it, it's still off. Gap here, smaller gap here. I don't know what's wrong with that. It's got to be this piece right here where it's fit in there. Maybe this thing got bent. Anyway, I think it'll still work like this. Let's see. So it still will work here. I'm going to put the spider and that in there. I got to figure out how to get that in there and line it up just right and glue it. So I'll be figuring that out. And when I figure it out, I'll come back. Okay, I'm going to leave this much gap here between the top of the coil and the spider. Now I got to glue this to the spider. After that dries, I got to glue the spider to the frame.
Some people would say that's real sloppy.
You are sloppy.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to put on the spider. I'm going to use epoxy this time. That speaker glue is really messy. And it sets pretty fast. This gives me a few minutes. Damn, I'm sloppy today.
We noticed. And we're totally cool with it.
Okay. I want these two wires going over here. Turn that a little bit.
You're not bad, but not good either.
Just in case I bump it. Okay, next up here, we gotta put the cone on. Let's just do a dry fit here. Gotta stick the wires through here. Well, that looks beautiful, huh?
Beautiful, graceful, elegant.
You got the plans?
What I think I'll do here is I'll glue it around here. When that dries, then we'll put glue in there. That sounds like a plan, huh?
Ah, glue!
Gotta make sure the wires are facing over here, because they go in here. And the two holes. Come on, get in there. Phew. Look at that. Well, that was easier than I thought it would be.
Good job.
Okay, for that shot there, you can show what I gotta glue next here. I gotta add some glue down in this section here, all the way around. I'm gonna do that off camera. And after I do that, and that dries, I'll add some glue in here. Then I gotta trim this Post-it note here, bring it down a little bit, and then glue that. Okay, this is dried overnight. Seems nice. Now I got to shorten these wires and stick them through these holes and solder them, then hook up the other end. After that, I got to trim this voice coil here. As you can see, it's much too big. I'm going to cut it down here, and then I'll get a piece of felt and use that as a dust cover.
Hey, be careful! Be careful!
Oh, brother.
Oh, brother.
This is not as easy as I thought it would be.
These things must be done delicately.
I'm gonna have to concentrate really, really hard. I'm gonna do that off camera. But don't worry, if I screw up, I'll show it.
Okie doke.
You did it!
how nice.
Boy, sure spreading that on thick.
Okay, the glue is all dry here. Looks good, it's not rubbing. So we're going to test the voice coil with a battery here. And when I connect it, we should hear a couple of clicks when you touch the battery. So let's see if old Bud's screwed up. This better work. I don't want to tear that apart again. Okay, here it goes. Come on and work. Whoopee.
Whoop-de-doo, sir.
It works. What a load that is off my mind. Can you imagine if it didn't work? Now I gotta test it for real. So before I can test the speaker, I'm going to replace these paper caps in here and maybe test a few resistors. And then we'll hook up the speaker and power this radio up and see if it works. That's the plan anyway. So next time you see this, it should be recapped.
Hurry up, I have to pee.
Well, there's the caps I replaced. There's 15 of these. It looks like they're all original, except for this one. I think that's a replacement. And when you take a look at those, you see some pretty ugly looking capacitors, huh?
Ugly!
So now we can finally test the speaker. Will it work or will it blow up? Okay, it all comes down to this. Will that baby work? I sure as hell hope so. So let's not beat around the bush here. I've got this on the Variac. I'm going to start cranking it up. So we're going to start with 20 volts. You can see the lights come on. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 volts. Okay. Well, if it's going to work, it should start working right about now. Uh-oh. Hey. I heard something on the speaker. Let's go up a little bit. Buzz, you did it!
Attaboy, Luther! It's like Bill Maher, who understands that conservatism is not going to be ruined. It's going to be, center leftism.
That sounds pretty good.
So he's like a real battler against it, which is kind of cool. He wrote this great piece the other day, and I want to get to a response to it. But he's talking about how the upper class lefties are going for philosophies that are just suicidal, and to quote him, and that will force actual working class Americans to vote them out and vote against them out of self-preservation. That the the limousine prep school elite university angry lefty crowd is the last thing the actual working class in America needs. He's so busy, he'll make your head spin. It's Brian Kilmeade.
So there you are in the 18th inning. I mean, literally 2:30 in the morning. I get up at 2:30 in the morning. I'm in the car by 3 o'clock. That game was still going on. I never even thought to check it. But the Blue Jays in Game 3 lose in the 18th inning.
Well, I'm happy. I'm very happy. All this work I put into this thing, and it's working. Let's put on the broadcaster and see how some music sounds, huh? Whew! What a day. Okay, let's see what we get.
I wish that there were 4 of her, so I could love much more.
That sounds pretty damn good.
She has taken my complete heart, got a sweet tooth for my sweetheart candy. It's gonna be just candy the day I take my candy and make her mine, all mine.
I call my sugar candy because I'm sweet on candy and candy's sweet on me. You wish that.
Well, that should do it on this episode here. I hope you enjoyed it. I didn't expect the speaker to take the whole video, but it is what it is, as they say. But at least it's fixed. We don't have to worry about that no more. As far as cleaning the chassis, I've been reprieved for another month. But it will get cleaned, one way or the other. Then in part 3, we're going to start working on the cabinet and see if we can fix that up. But all in all, I gotta be pleased. I didn't think that speaker could be fixed, but I pulled a rabbit out of my hat and presto, it's working. And so this is Old Buzz 1151 signing off. Good night, everybody.
Trick or treat!
Listen to them, children of the night. What music they make.